Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something I think pretty much everyone runs into, that feeling when you're putting in so much effort, but, well, you're just not getting the results.
Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? You push and push, you sacrifice, and still you kind of hit a wall.
Exactly. So our mission in this deep dive is to explore why that happens. We're drawing on some material that asks this really direct question: why do we fail, even when we give it our all?
It's a great starting point. And what's interesting right off the bat is how this source reframes the whole idea of effort.
Right. Let's jump into that first big idea. Just trying harder. Sometimes that's not actually the path to, growth.
Uh-huh. The material suggests it can actually be counterproductive. Like you might just be repeating the same ineffective actions, only with more stress and intensity.
Almost like digging yourself deeper into the wrong hole, just faster.
Exactly. There's a quote in the source that really hits this home. Effort without strategy is like running on a treadmill. You move, but you go nowhere.
Oof. That's blunt. Treadmill energy.
It is. It forces that distinction, doesn't it? Between just being busy, pure activity, and actual meaningful progress. Sometimes that motion is just, well, it keeps us occupied, maybe even distracts us.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're doing something. So it really pushes you to ask, okay, am I working smart here or just hard? Which is a tough look in the mirror sometimes.
Definitely. But it's necessary if you're feeling stuck.
So are there other things at play beyond just ineffective effort?
Absolutely. The source then shifts the focus inwards. It looks at our internal world, specifically the power of our subconscious beliefs.
Ah, okay. So moving from the what we do to maybe the why behind it, or what's happening underneath.
Precisely. It argues that these hidden beliefs, these assumptions we might not even be aware of, can act like serious roadblocks, even if consciously we really, really want something.
Like having one foot on the gas and the other on the brake.
That's a great way to put it. You might be consciously pushing for success, for example, but maybe deep down there's this conflicting belief.
Yeah.
Like you don't truly deserve it,
Yeah.
or maybe you're even sort of afraid of what success might mean.
Wow. So our own brain could be sabotaging us. The source talks about that, right? Like a protective mechanism gone wrong.
Uh-huh. If your subconscious mind somehow perceives the success you're chasing as, I don't know, dangerous or threatening based on those old beliefs, it might actually work to prevent you from getting there.
That's kind of wild to think about.
It is. And there's another powerful line here. You will never go beyond what you believe you're worth. It suggests our self-worth really does set a ceiling.
Okay, that's heavy stuff. So if these subconscious beliefs are such a big deal, how do we actually, deal with them? Does the source offer a way forward?
It does, thankfully. It lays out a sort of three-step process for starting that change. Practical steps.
Good, good. Let's hear it.
First step, awareness. Simply becoming conscious of your thoughts, especially the negative ones, the limiting ones. The source actually suggests writing them down.
Okay, getting them out of your head and onto paper. I can see how that would help make them feel less overwhelming, maybe, more objective.
Exactly. See them for what they are. Then step two is to challenge them. Really question if they're true. Like, is this belief based on actual facts, or is it just an old pattern, an old story I've been telling myself?
So interrogate the belief. Don't just accept it.
Right. Poke holes in it. That questioning creates a little bit of space, and that leads to the third step, replace.
Replace them with.
With new, more positive, more empowering input. This is where things like reading helpful books, talking to mentors, listening to, well, discussions like this one come in.
Ah, so you're actively feeding your brain different information, better information.
You got it. It's about consciously choosing what you focus on to sort of rewire things. The material points to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt based on what we feed it, based on our conscious direction.
So it's not just wishful thinking. It's about actively retraining your brain.
And connecting this all back to that initial frustration, feeling stuck, despite trying hard, it suggests the path forward isn't always more effort.
It's different effort.
Yes, trying differently, thinking more strategically, like we discussed, but also, crucially, doing that internal work, cultivating beliefs that actually support where you want to go.
So the big takeaway really seems to be, if you're pushing hard and going nowhere, don't just automatically push harder. Pause. Think differently. Look inside.
That's the core message. It shifts the focus from pure brute force to strategy and self-awareness.
Makes sense. Okay, so to wrap this up, maybe a final thought for our listeners to chew on after this deep dive.
Yeah, how about this? Think about one specific area right now where you feel like you're putting in a ton of effort but not seeing the payoff you want. What if you could identify just one underlying limiting belief connected to that, and then actively start challenging it? Just that one small shift. How might that change things? Something to
Okay.
explore.